Hey everybody, it's your Uncle Bear. Happy, Wednesday to you? I am down here in sunny Waco, Texas. Dashboard showing 97 degrees right now. And first thing, before I get going on what I wanted to get going on, is this. See this cup? Clear plastic, no insulation to it whatsoever. And it's probably a size medium. That's what we're going to get from now on. There's no longer any extra larges at Pilot Flying J, according to the young man I spoke with at the Flying J here in Waco. And there's no more styrofoam cups either. So by the time you get from the store to the truck, like today I bought a cup of ice, and by the time I got back to my truck, a fourth of that cup of ice that I purchased was water. So no more buying ice at Flying J, I guess. That, or have a special insulated cup that I take in there and put ice in. Anyway, so yeah, that's first order of business. Feel free to do what I did, and that was go to the Pilot Flying J company Facebook page and message them from there and tell them that that's dumb, especially during the summertime. It's like, seriously, are you guys really scraping by that tight that you can't afford extra large cups or insulated cups at least? Because the extra large cups, a cup of ice costs you, what is it, 55 cents, 65 cents, whatever they charge, no matter what size cup you get. So, of course, unless you're an idiot, you're getting the extra large cup. Stands to reason, right? We're all stretching our dollars as far as we can. Anyway, okay, so a while back, the FMCSA was asking for rules that they could do without. More aptly involving hours of service regulations. Well, the other day I'm tooling around on TikTok, and here's a Nebraska DOT cop being interviewed by a TikToker, and he tells the TikTok interviewer, asked him, he said, what do you do when you're out of service? Can you PC, when you're out of hours? He said, can you PC to the next place to park? And the guy said, you cannot further the load. And this is true. This is how it is worded. I'll say it until I die. If you ask 10 DOT cops the same question, doesn't matter what the question is, you're going to get 10 different answers. But I wish they had a big convention, like in a stadium somewhere, and had all the DOT officers from all 48 adjacent states, bring them all there and teach them the same class so everybody's on the same page. But anyway, he said you cannot further the load. He said if you run out of hours, you have to go back the way you came to the nearest place to park. So basically, and I got to thinking about this, and that is how it's worded, but basically they're telling you to undo the work that you already did. Now, if you're like me, you own your own truck, you own your own trailer, you're going to put more undue wear and tear on your truck. You're going to waste fuel. It could be 50, 75 miles back. If you were to do that, it could be 50, 75 miles back before you find a place that you can safely, legally, and, with the blessing of the business owner, park, right? That may be why you ran out of hours, because you figure, well, I've got another hour left. I'll go ahead and go a little further up the road before I shut her down for the night, right? Well, you couldn't find a place. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to just throw money out the window. I'm going to proceed down the road to the nearest place. And if they word it that way, it makes sense. Just keep going until you find a place that you can park. Don't pull this shit, well, I'm going to go to the next place that I like and park there. No, that doesn't fly. That doesn't fly, kids. You can't do that. But you can, you should be able to go to the next place within reason, and if it's safe, legal, and you're allowed there, because we're kicked out of a lot of places because of everybody throwing their piss bottles in the lots, like the Walmarts and stuff like that. But yeah, you should be able to go out and find a place to park. So anyway, that's one of those rules they should really get, at least reworded. So that's all I got for today, kids. Be safe out there, and we'll catch you next time. If you like it, subscribe to it and pass it on and share it with all your friends. Talk to you later.